hala hala hiding wajalala eha la. Hey tu jalla hey hiding hala hala hiding hala hala hiding wajalala eha la.
Di berjoget somai gotam dinamang inangis bangka jula jula. Sik buat manikam di berjoget somai gotam dinamang inangis bangka jula jula. Sik buat manikam di berjoget somai gotam dinamang inangis bangka jula jula. Chandra Foundation, jelas batang yang bicara, berkata, berkarya, anak muda yang terarah. Ari Rami Palia, Madede Hubongbongan, Agira dong nasalah, ulang masih dom-doman. Banyak yang bertanya, mengapa itu batang dijadikan oleh kita? Inilah jawabnya, aku punya cita-cita, tunjukkan ke dunia, karya budaya kita. Batak itu apa? Cinta Batak, dimanapun berinjak. Lahirku Batak, darahku Batak, hidupku Batak, sampai kapanku Batak. Baru manikam di berjoget somai gotam dinamang inangis bangka jula. Sik baru manikam di berjoget somai gotam dinamang inangis bangka jula. Sik baru manikam halak Batak doa udongan. Tu dolop tu toruan tu dia to ngadong dalan. Tu dia pe Omar dalan partu turun dona huboan. Ailah godang PHK ni halak lagi satu pedi sontu dia pe buat Batak. Hey tilo star hey tilo star hey.
Parents, teachers, students, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, and we are delighted to welcome you to the most special secondary graduation ceremony of academic year 2020-2021 of Chandra Kumala School. As you can see and feel, we are doing things differently this year. We are currently going through the COVID-19 crisis, a crisis that has cost so many lives. The crisis is a tremendous challenge for our country and the whole world. However, from this crisis, we get a lot of lessons that we can apply today and the aftermath. It feels like just yesterday you were all struggling to get into this school, learn and adjust to the school environment. Without realizing it, you have taken it seriously for 12 years. The enthusiasm for studying is high until finally you have successfully completed the school period well. Remember that it is not the end, but it is a fresh start of a new chapter in life. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the school virtual graduation ceremony of academic year 2020-2021 of Chandra Kumala School. Today, we are joined by the Board of Director, Ms. Malahayati Holland, Academic Director, Mr. Andrew Watts, Secondary Principal, Mr. Swandi Sibarani, and Co-Secondary Principal, Ms. Francisca Widyastuti. To formally start our celebration, let's show our humble and respect to the national anthem of Indonesia, Indonesia Raya. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to listen to our Board of Directors speech from Ms. Malahayati Holland.
Greetings students and parents, teachers and staff of Chandra Kumala School. On this graduation day, perhaps more than any other, we stand here on the precipice of a new world. How we live, work and play has forever been altered by COVID-19. More than ever before, we are increasingly reliant on technology, and you will grow up in a world with less and less knowledge of what life was like before the pandemic. As a psychotherapist, I can tell you that people completely underestimate how events like this affect both society and individuals. These effects will be felt for decades, if not hundreds of years into the future. Mankind is a social species, and for the first time since the Spanish flu, we have had many restrictions imposed on our ability to socialize, engage, learn, teach, and develop. Socialization is the cornerstone that drives brain development, and we have been forced to adapt and communicate in new and complex ways. During this period, I have watched my own children utilize technology more intensively and actively than any time over the last 15 years. I have had to move my work online so that I can continue to support children and adults through these challenging times. Work and education has been forced to evolve quickly. This double-edged sword of advancements has in many ways forced us to progress much faster than would otherwise have been accepted. You graduate this year and leave to engage in a world that works, plays, and communicate in a fundamentally different way. Students have not just relied on technology to communicate, but have been forced to engage and understand it more than previous generation. Personally, I watch my own children now play massively online multiplayer games, while simultaneously video calling friends on WhatsApp and using other services such as Amazon Alexa, Hangouts, or Skype to seamlessly extend this communication to others also playing the same game. This daisy chaining and mixing of technologies will happen more and more as your generation is forced to push technology in a way that allows you maximum freedom in a new society based around communities of interests and work rather than the geography that has restricted generations before. Tools like iOS Clubhouse app now allow Indonesians across the world to share and participate in discussions and debates that would otherwise not be possible. The result of these tools is that Indonesia is in the midst of an intellectual explosion, as those who have left our country and live across America, Europe, and other places in Asia are suddenly put in touch seamlessly with people living in isolated villages across Indonesia. We are on the brink of a knowledge and perception revolution, enabled both by technology and many Indonesians' natural tendency to travel and explore. It seems obvious that people who inhabit the largest archipelago in the world would naturally take to traveling this digital ocean of new ideas and information. The world we live in now has changed massively in my lifetime. The Indonesia I grew up in has fundamentally changed, and while I do not know what the future holds for you, I do know that change is accelerating and your generation are riding on the crest of that wave. The world you will control in 20 years' time will be just as different, and I can only guess as the changes you will see along the way. It is truly exciting time to be alive, but it is also important to understand the stresses and strains such changes will have upon you, your family, and community. Traditional ties will be severed, but people will increasingly become isolated from the world around them, and psychological strains in these places upon you need to be acknowledged, and you will have to work hard to protect the mental health of yourselves, your family, friends, and for many, your children. People need physical touch and interaction. We are monkeys living in a digital age, and we have had no time to adapt. Indeed, adapting to a world without socialization might in itself make us unrecognizable. You need to remember what it is to be human, what you need to make you happy and productive member of a society. Dating apps, social media, video conferencing are increasingly over-dependent upon. Your lives will consist of new experiences and uncomparable to those of previous generations. You are sailors on an uncharted digital sea, and both the opportunities and pitfalls are largely unknown. If this technological revolution is to succeed, it will need to provide a more complete online environment to live in and integrate even further with the real world. Already there are parents who seek therapists and coaches like me to help them build connections with their children. Adults who need to be taught how to reconnect with nature, themselves, and with each other. As you might imagine, Indonesia and its young people stand at the forefront of this revolution and have created some massive and hugely disruptive technology brands. Gojek, Tokopedia, Traveloka are all digital brands born and bred in Indonesia by young people like yourselves. All have become successful by merging the advantages of the digital world with the real world. Many look at international businesses and ask how we can adapt that for our local market. We have services in this country that no other country in the world has, and these stand testament to the innovation, talent, and drive in our young people today. Indonesia is evolving into a technological giant that might one day take on Silicon Valley. More than ever before, Indonesia is emerging as a force that could fundamentally alter how people across the globe live their lives. Increasingly, the technological revolution will push even the remotest parts of Indonesia to develop and expand. Services like the financial technology firm Wang Teman or Coinworks are even now providing microloans to individuals across the country to develop their businesses and ideas, ensuring that there are opportunities available to any Indonesian with an internet connection. Your task is now to step forward into this realm while also maintaining your own life and connections to the people around you. Never lose track of the people your lives will touch and affect. The world you form will be the world you have to live in. As the great Marvel quote goes, with great power comes great responsibility. Generations before you have largely ignored the damage we are doing to this planet, and your inheritance now includes an ecologically damaged planet that needs your protection and nourishment. In the excitement of building a new technologically advanced society, please make sure you do not forget the natural world upon which we all necessarily depend upon for our survival. We cannot spend our lives drawing from the world's resources. We must begin to put back more and more, and restore the world to a more sustainable and stable system. As much as we evolve, we will always be reliant upon the natural world around us for oxygen, food, and water. The health of our bodies is fundamentally tied to the health of the world at large, and I encourage you to develop lives that respect the natural world around you and safeguard it so that future generations can enjoy it as you do. When I first came to Cemara Asri, it was mostly fields and swamps. There is no sign of these humble beginnings now, and every generation pushes nature further and further into retreat, as they have no knowledge of the resources sacrificed by previous generations. The debate is out now as to whether this is progress, but you are not part of that society and must make these judgments yourselves. As an organization, Chandra Kumala School recognizes the intrinsic values of nature, the balance of work and play, and empathy. It was set up with a vision of preparing children to be adults who are thinkers and doers. But above all, we have underpinned all our policies and decisions on what is best for the child. Therefore now, so must you. Please be conscious of these effects and do what you can to safeguard the natural ecology of Indonesia, which is unique and valuable in its own right. Ask yourself how you would like to improve the world, and then see if there's a way you can make this happen, because you are not only responsible for your own future, but that of your children and your children's children. The Greek philosopher Socrates said, "The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new." Now with this in mind, we send you out into the world in the hopes you can play your own part in making it a better place for us all. Wishing you all the best for the future. Please remember that you are all part of the CK family, and we very much hope you will return from time to time and help guide the future generations. Congratulations, class of 2021. Now go forth and change the world for the better. Thank you.
It is the time for us to listen to the speech of Secondary Principal Mr. Swandi Sibarani.
Dear class of 2021, COVID-19 has kept you home for about a year, and this fact alone has set you apart from all the classes that have graduated from the school. I'm sorry that you cannot be here in the school to relish the moment, but the sense of hope, I believe, will stay the same. Class of 2021, you are ready for this moment. You are ready for the next chapter of your life. Just like other high school graduates, you will enjoy the greatest ever scale of freedom in the next time of your life. You will have many academics and life decisions to make, not to mention the fact that the fluctuations of 2020 and 2021 will bring an extra set of challenges for you. COVID-19 has had a profound effect on all of our lives. Social distancing and safety measures have dramatically limited and changed how we work, play, communicate, and celebrate. Your feelings of anger, anxiety, and sadness are justified, and it's important that parents, friends, and loved ones don't try to minimize or dismiss those emotions. Being forced to forfeit public celebrations of your hard work and accomplishments is no small price to pay. This is a day when we remember all the good and bad moments we spent at this place and try to take the memories of good times. Time passed, a special and different relationship was attached to this place. I believe if there is any place after your family where you have spent most of your time, then this is the place. This is your second home. Someone's life does not stop for anyone. Just live with the memories and good moments that you have received a lot from this place, and you are going to take them with you from here. Everyone has to be separated one day or the other. I will pray that you are always happy and make a lot of progress in your life, and one day you will definitely achieve your goal. Thank you for being here. I wish you a brilliant future and a better world, a world of your own making. Thank you.
Now, we are going to listen to the speech from the students' parents, represented by Mr. Musa Rajeksha, parents of Fahira Nailasya.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat siang, salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Salam, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. Saya Musa Rajeksha mewakili orang tua murid Fahira Nailasya beserta istri dan juga mewakili seluruh murid-murid sekolah Chandra Kumala yang tamat SMA pada tahun 2021 ini mengucapkan terima kasih kepada sekolah Chandra Kumala atas segala perhatian dan bimbingan dan juga arahan kepada anak-anak kami yang sampai dengan sekarang ini anak kami sudah lulus dari sekolah SMA di sekolah Chandra Kumala. Mudah-mudahan anak-anak kami semua ini ke depan bisa menjadi generasi penerus bangsa untuk memajukan bangsa negara yang kita cintai ini dan menjadi generasi muda yang produktif, yang kreatif, yang bisa dengan cita-citanya bisa terwujud dan juga tetap patuh pada orang tua, tetap mengingat guru-guru sekolah yang selama ini sudah mengajari anak-anak kami. Sekali lagi terima kasih dan semoga sekolah Chandra Kumala semakin banyak melahirkan generasi-generasi muda berkualitas untuk bangsa dan negara Indonesia yang kita cintai. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua.
Justin Leo Hanjaya, son of Mr. Marjoko and Mrs. Leni. Wesley, son of Mr. Budi and Mrs. Herina. Azela Kanaya Ritonga, daughter of Mr. Hasmar Ritonga and Mrs. Liza Maureen. Cedric Anthony Terence, son of Mr. Anthony and Mrs. Lancy. Celestine Wenzel Candela, daughter of Mr. Agustin and Mrs. Rosti. Filia Angelica Surya, daughter of Mr. Franciscus Surya and Mrs. Mariani. Jillian Tantono, daughter of Mr. Juliandi Tantono and Mrs. Mary. Jeff Chang, son of Mr. Chandra Johnson and Mrs. Erna. Jody Ivana Salim, daughter of Mr. Agus Salim and Mrs. Cherry Celia Chin. Karen Minef Karman, daughter of Mr. Kimin Karman and Mrs. Evi Sugi. Kevin Tendean, son of Mr. Siyung and Mrs. Erina Wongso. Muhammad Alfari Farel Maulana, son of Mr. Muhammad Arif Fadila SH and Mrs. Fanda Farida. Madeline Lee, daughter of Mr. Ali Susanto and Mrs. Indrawati. Neville Costa, son of Mr. Chang Sun Yung and Mrs. Chia Chinni. Catherine Husni, daughter of Mr. Ali Husni and Mrs. Yeni. Cecilia Agustin, daughter of Mr. Saleh Sukiran and Mrs. Betty. Kayla Haris, daughter of Mr. Arianto Haris and Mrs. Meritea. Eka Firya Winata, son of Mr. Susanto and Mrs. Halinda. Fahira Nailasya, daughter of Mr. Musa Rajeksha and Mrs. Sri Ayu Mihari. Gilbert Noel Kristan, son of Mr. Effendi and Mrs. Erlina Juminaga. Jesslyn Lee, daughter of Mr. Johan and Mrs. Henny Sudarmi. Jocelyn Debbie Tandoko, daughter of Mr. Charles and Mrs. Dewi. Richie Leandro, son of Mr. Eddie and Mrs. Nani. Stephen Huang, son of Mr. Rudy and Mrs. Ruslaini. Veronica, daughter of Mr. Fenchai and Mrs. Arnis. William Gosandra, son of Mr. Gunadi and Mrs. Lysia. Edward Johar, son of Mr. Johan Johar and Mrs. Mona Lisa Jaimin. Jethro Hermawan, son of Mr. Herman and Mrs. Susilawati. Randy Lim, son of Mr. Sudarmo and Mrs. Yeni Chandra. Regenia Jane Morris, daughter of Mr. Stephen Morris and Mrs. Henny. Rishelin Chanvi, daughter of Mr. Anthony Tan and Mrs. Widya S. Vincent Ang, son of Mr. Kaliman and Mrs. Supini. Charles David Saujana, son of Mr. Parto and Mrs. Sumina. Marcella Yap, daughter of Mr. Wandi and Mrs. Shirley Tandra. Sim Ting Jun, son of Mr. Sim Ki Chie and Mrs. Erna. Excellence in Art, Charles David Saujana. Excellence in Music, Jocelyn Debbie Tandoko. Excellence in English, Karen Minaf. Excellence in Biology, Veronica. Excellence in Physics, Cedric Anthony Terence. Excellence in Bahasa, Gilbert Noel. Excellence in Sport, Jeff Chang. Excellence in Social Science, Randy Lim. Excellence in Maths, Gilbert Noel. Excellence in Chemistry, Jody Ivana Salim. The most improved student, Fahira Nailasya. Graduating with honors, Veronica. Graduating with honors, Marcella Yap. Graduating with honors, Jillian Tantono.
Dear teachers, parents, and my fellow graduates, first of all, I would like to say that I'm very honored to be given this opportunity to present a speech. Well, we're finally graduating. Thank you to our principal, teachers, families, and friends. You all have helped shape us into the person we are here today. I can say in total confidence that without you, we will be a very different person. As students and friends, we have made many memories together, some good and some bad, most of which we can now look back upon and laugh at. We went through so much during the past decade. We often clashed over what might be called some trivial situations, and despite the fighting, we never hesitate to have each other's back. I consider myself lucky to have met all of you and be part of the strong bond that we have created. We have had some of the best teachers who truly cared about us and taught us with passion. They gave everything in hope that we will become great contributors to society. Fellow graduates, I have known you for a long time, and I know that each of you will have something special. You are all creative in your own ways, so please promise me that no matter how cliche this sounds, you will never doubt yourself. Alan Alda once said, don't ever aim your doubt at yourself. Laugh at yourself, but don't doubt yourself. I'm counting on seeing you conquer life in a fantastic way, and I know that we will always keep in touch. Up until recently, I felt apprehensive whenever I thought about finishing school and starting a new chapter in my life. But standing here today, after going through senior year, I am filled with excitement to venture into another world. I hope the school always nurtures better seniors, and I wish them luck. Thank you again. I hope you will hear good things from us soon. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Dear class of 2021, first of all, I would like to congratulate you on this special day. It's time for you to celebrate since today is the day you graduate. All your hard work has paid off, and I'm so proud of you. I have known many of you since you were 13 years old, bouncing around my 7th grade classroom, reading, thinking, and laughing with me. Time flies so fast, I just can't believe that you have grown up. And today, you are about to graduate from high school. Now, I look at you and realize that you aren't the same kids that I welcomed into my classroom 6 years ago. You are all a couple of inches taller. You have a different haircut. Your style has changed a little as you have grown up. We have shared so many wonderful memories that we will cherish and carry with you forever. Completing your high school education is certainly an achievement that you should be proud of. However, this is not the end. This is just the beginning of a new, perhaps even more exciting and amazing journey that will lead you to the next stage of your life. Always remember, there is no limit to what you can do if you keep believing in yourself. Be humble to the people that you meet on your way up. Be a positive person, not only for yourself, but also for the people who live around you. Congratulations again to each of you, and may you all succeed in the years ahead. Thank you.
Kepada seluruh siswa dan siswi tamatan tahun 2021, telah begitu banyak ilmu dan pengetahuan yang kalian dapatkan, terkhusus selama 3 tahun menimba ilmu di Chandra Kumala. Sekarang telah sampailah kalian kepada jenjang berikutnya. Menimba ilmu, mencari pengetahuan, tidak terputus hanya pada masa-masa sekolah ataupun nanti kalian berada di jenjang selanjutnya di universitas. Tapi menimba ilmu itu harus selalu kita upayakan, kita usahakan untuk menambahkan wawasan dan pengetahuan di dalam diri kita. Pepatah mengatakan bahwasanya menimba ilmu itu sampai hayat meninggalkan badan. Semoga dengan seluruh ilmu, pemahaman, pengetahuan yang telah kalian dapatkan selama ini di Chandra Kumala bisa menjadikan kalian pribadi yang lebih bertanggung jawab, lebih mandiri, dan lebih baik lagi ke depannya. Saya rasa itu saja. Terima kasih.
嗨，各位同学，大家好！很高兴能够站在这边为你们讲几句话。不知不觉，我们已经经过了10几年。老师还记得从小学、初中一直到高中，看着你们慢慢的成长，老师非常的高兴。现在 我们即将到了离别的时候，在这边老师祝福全部的学生，希望你们在未来的路途上一切顺顺利利，遇到任何困难也继续坚持下去你们的梦想，朝着你们的理想而前进。加油，好好的努力，不要忘记回来看看我们。谢谢大家。
Kau begitu sempurna, di mataku kau begitu indah. Kau membuat diriku akan selalu memujamu.
Di setiap langkahku, bukan selalu memikirkan dirimu.
Tak bisa ku bayangkan hidupku tanpa cintamu.
Janganlah kau tinggalkan diriku.
Takkan mampu menghadapi semua. Hanya bersamamu ku akan bisa. Kau adalah darahku, kau adalah jantungku, kau adalah hidupku, lengkapi diriku. Oh sayangku, kau begitu sempurna, sempurna. Kau genggam tanganku
saat diriku lemah dan terjatuh.
Kau bisikan kata yang hapus semua sesalku.
Janganlah kau tinggalkan diriku.
Akan mampu menghadapi semua.
Hanya bersamamu ku akan bisa. Kau adalah darahku,
Kau adalah jantungku, kau adalah hidupku, lengkapi diriku. Oh sayangku, kau begitu
sempurna, sempurna.
Janganlah kau tinggalkan diriku.
Akan mampu menghadapi semua.
Hanya bersamamu ku akan bisa. Kau adalah darahku, kau adalah jantungku, kau adalah hidupku, lengkapi diriku. Oh sayangku, kau begitu.
Kau adalah darahku,
Kau adalah jantungku, kau adalah hidupku, lengkapi diriku.
oh sayangku kau begitu.
Oh sayangku, kau begitu sempurna,
sempurna. Thank you, Bu.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Pak.
Thank you, Pak.
Thank you, Bu. Thank you.
Terima kasih, Pak. Terima
Thank
kasih,
you,
Pak.
Pak.
Thank you, Bu.
Thank you, Ibu.
Thank you,
Thank
Pak.
you, Pak.
Thank you, Pak. Thank you, Pak. Thank you, Bu.
Thank you, Bu.
So I think I'm speaking for everyone when I say that I know that this year hasn't been easy for all of us. Like studying online and everything, it's not that easy. And we just want to say thank you for everything that you've done. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for being patient. And yeah, thank you for everything, sir. So
Hey, no, thank you guys
Everyone-
for dealing with. No, you guys have had the most mess to deal with. It's been fairly, for me, it's like this the whole time. You guys have got all kinds of other stuff to
Yeah.
deal with.
yeah, and we really appreciate it. So
Thank you very much. Oh, there you all are. Oh, you buggers.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all for making it such
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Oh, you're all right. It's my pleasure. It's not yours. It's all. Thank you all. Thank you.
Oke guys, untuk itu aja dulu dari Miss Endang. Semoga kalian sukses selalu, tetap semangat, dan sampai jumpa di lain waktu. Selamat siang semuanya. Ya, Vero.
Sekarang giliran kami ya, Bu.
Siap, gaskan.
Jadi pertama saya ingin ucapkan terima kasih ke Ibu atas bimbingan dan didikannya selama ini. Terus maafkan kami kalau mungkin kadang kami agak bandel atau mengesalkan Ibu. Ya, kira juga ya banyak kekurangan, tapi walaupun begitu Ibu masih tetap membimbing dan membagi ilmu dengan penuh kesabaran. Jadi terima kasih Bu, tidak pernah menyerah kepada kami. Bu, mau dengar pantun Bu, tapi saya kayak sahabat selalu Bu.
Siap. Pantun.
Ada salesman sedang berjalan, penampilannya rapi memakai dasi. Dengan berat hati kami melepaskan, semoga Ibu Guru tak lupa pada kami. Jangan lupa ya Bu.
Thank you guys, saya mau nangis loh jadinya.
Nangis ya Bu.
Aduh guys, saya nangis dulu ya, tunggu ya. Saya nangis dulu ya.
Thank you, Bu.
Thank you, Bu.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Terima kasih banyak. Thank you.
Kenapa? Kalian ngomong satu persatu nampak?
Gimana satu persatu? Nanti makin nangis Ibu.
Saya mau nangis juga.
Ya Bu,
Sampai
ada yang
Jumat
mau
ya,
kami
kita-
sampaikan.
Oke, ada yang sampaikan silakan.
Oke, saya bacakan ya Bu.
Oke.
Mengucapkan terima kasih sudah mengajar dan membimbing kita selama ini. Memberi kita proyek baru yang tanpa nyangka bisa kami kerjakan dengan bantuan Ibu yang luar biasa. Jadi, proyek ini jadi sebuah eksperimen yang baru. Proyek-proyek yang Ibu berikan juga sangat membantu untuk meningkatkan kreativitas kami. Ibu sangat sabar dan baik selama ini, selalu memberikan waktu agar tidak terasa buru-buru dalam proyeknya sehingga kita dapat memberikan hasil yang lebih maksimal. Mohon maaf kalau selama ini ada yang tidak sesuai dengan Ibu harapkan. Walaupun sudah tidak akan meeting lagi, semoga kedepannya tetap akan berkontak.
Oke, terima kasih. Agak-agak terharu. Thank you. Tuh. Foto. Sebentar.
Thank you, Bu.
Wait.
Thank you Bu.
Thank you, Bu.
Oke.
Thank you, Bu.
Terima kasih semuanya.
Thank you,
Saya
Bu.
juga.
Bye-bye, Bu.
Itu saya juga.
Thank you, Miss.
Terima kasih ya buat semuanya. Untuk Ibu Lia yang baru gabung. Terima kasih buat semuanya. Ada yang sudah 6 tahun sama saya dari SMP, ya. Kalian tahu sama saya nilai tidak terlalu pelit. Yang penting ada aja karyanya itu saja. Ini juga tolong di submit ya tugasnya ya. Nanti ketahuan loh nggak mungkin saya kasih nilai nggak ada tugasnya. Tuh udah senyum-senyum tuh Cecilia. Udah tahu dia. Ya, oke terima kasih. Semoga kalian sukses. Senin kalian sudah mulai ujian. Jangan takut akan hal apapun juga. Berani mencoba itu suatu hal yang luar biasa, karena kalau nggak kita coba kita tidak tahu bisa tidak mampu tidak kita melakukannya. Begitu ya nak ya. Kalau ada yang mau didiskusikan, nomor HP saya itu tidak pernah ganti dan tetap 24 jam on dianya. Thank you, terima kasih, sukses semua, semangat.
Thank you, Bu. Bye, Bu.
Finally, teachers and staff, we joyfully congratulate all the graduates, parents, and families. I would leave you with a quote by Stuart Brand, an author and innovative thinker, who once said, "We can see the past, but not influence it. We can influence the future, but not see it. Wherever you go, may the beautiful future for you." Thank you.